Our life is a competition, a struggle for survival and reproduction. In this arena, natural selection favors traits that increase an organism's chances of passing on its genes. This drive to reproduce sets the stage for a fascinating and often fraught interplay between the sexes, a phenomenon known as sexual selection. Sexual selection is a special case of natural selection that operates on traits directly related to mating success. It's not just about surviving, it's about being chosen as a mate. This selection pressure can lead to the evolution of striking differences between males and females, a phenomenon known as sexual dimorphism. Think of the peacock's extravagant tail. It's a burden for survival, making the peacock more visible to predators and hindering its ability to escape. Yet this flamboyant display is a powerful attractant to females. Why? Because it signals good genes, the ability to survive despite the handicap. This exemplifies the power of sexual selection. However, the interests of males and females are not always aligned. This can lead to sexual conflict, a kind of arms race between the sexes. Males may evolve traits that enhance their ability to secure mates, even if these traits are detrimental to females. Females, in turn, evolve counter-adaptations to resist unwanted male attention or to gain some advantage in the mating game. Reproductive investment is a key concept in understanding sexual selection and conflict. It refers to the resources an individual devotes to producing and raising offspring. This investment is often unequal between the sexes. In many species, females invest more heavily in reproduction. Consider the production of eggs, which are typically larger and more nutrient-rich than sperm. This initial difference in investment is often amplified by internal gestation and lactation in mammals. Females are literally nurturing the next generation inside their bodies, a commitment that demands significant energy and resources. This difference in reproductive investment has profound implications for mating strategies. Since females invest more in each offspring, they are typically more selective in choosing mates. They have a greater stake in ensuring that their offspring inherit good genes and have the best chance of survival. Males, on the other hand, often face a different set of selective pressures. They may maximize their reproductive success by mating with as many females as possible, rather than investing heavily in a single partner or offspring. This difference in optimal strategies lies at the heart of many sexual conflicts. The Bateman gradient, named after the geneticist Angus John Bateman, helps explain the relationship between mating success and reproductive success. This principle states that males often have greater variance in reproductive success than females. In simpler terms, some males will father many offspring, while others will father few or none. This disparity creates intense competition among males for access to mates. This difference in potential reproductive output shapes the evolution of mating strategies. For males, a strategy that prioritizes quantity over quality can be advantageous. Mating with as many females as possible increases the chances of passing on their genes, even if it means investing little in each offspring. This can lead to the evolution of traits that enhance a male's competitive ability, such as larger body size, weaponry like antlers or horns, and aggressive behavior. Females, on the other hand, often benefit from a different approach. Because their reproductive success is limited by the number of offspring they can produce and care for, they are typically more selective in choosing mates. Females may prioritize quality over quantity, seeking out partners with good genes, resources, or paternal care potential. This can lead to the evolution of preferences for certain male traits, such as elaborate ornaments, courtship displays, or gifts. The principles of sexual selection operate across the animal kingdom, shaping the behavior and morphology of a staggering diversity of species. But what about humans? Are we immune to the forces that drive the evolution of peacock tails and elephant seal battles? While we may like to think of ourselves as above such primal urges, the evidence suggests otherwise. Many aspects of human behavior, from mate preferences to patterns of violence and aggression, can be understood through the lens of sexual selection. For example, studies across cultures have shown that men are more likely to engage in risky and aggressive behavior, particularly during young adulthood. This pattern can be explained by the intense competition for mates that characterizes male-male interactions in many societies. By taking risks and asserting dominance, men can potentially increase their status. and attract mates. Similarly, human mate preferences often reflect the predictions of sexual selection theory. Men tend to place a higher value on physical attractiveness, a cue of youth and fertility. Women, on the other hand, often prioritize resources and social status, traits that can enhance their offspring's chances of survival and success.